Hey guys, this is Will of TypeBL and welcome back to my channel. It's been 2 weeks since I made my last spoiler video for TharnType Season 2 and that was because of the holiday season worldwide. Finally, episode 9 was already dropped yesterday and we are now almost in the climax of the series. In this video, I will be telling you what were the differences between the novel and the series for the episode 9 and also what could happen for next week's episode. If you don't want to be spoiled, you can still watch this video after the airing of episode 10 next week for your comparison. Anyway, if you live in a different country and somebody else's series are not available to yours, you can use ExpressVPN to watch those restricted series. Use the link on the description below to have 49% discount and 3 months free if you opt to avail the 12-month plan. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before we dive into the spoilers itself, I just want to share some thoughts about the differences between the novel and the series version. Episode 9 is where everything felt familiar to me if I would compare it to the novel version. There were only a couple differences but the storyline was exactly like that. When the bar scene happened last week, I was having second thoughts that they would do some changes on that, but I'm happy that they stick what was on the novel. I also felt relieved when it was really Kong who was beside Type sleeping. The only difference from that scene, Jeed actually saw Fiat taking Type outside from the bar. In the series, Leo was shown instead. Another big difference between the novel and the series, Hugin was not actually the person Tharn called for help, it was Tar. Not only that, the reason why Tharn called Tar was not only because Type was sick, but Tharn already knew the presence of Fiat on their own home. Tharn was already doubting whether Type was cheating on him. Well, the series version made it lighter than what it was on the novel. At least, we also got the funny side of Pooh which, of course, was not in the novel. If I remember it correctly, Fiat tried to challenge Tar for the love of Type because the former thought that Tar also had a feelings for Type. That scene was like in the series but with a different character. Tar was actually up for the challenge of Fiat unlike Pooh who has no idea at all what Fiat was talking about. I just want to clarify that this is only based in the novel so there would be differences in the actual episode, but the overall story is pretty much the same on both. In the novel, Fiat made an appointment as a patient to the hospital where Type was working. Fiat asked Type whether the working hours of the latter was already over but Type asked him back what would he do if it wasn't over yet. Fiat simply said that he would wait for him until he finished his work. Type just sighed because of Fiat. Although Fiat was looking happy on that, Type decided to be clear in front of him. Type turned down his offer and commanded him to leave already, but Fiat didn't listen to what Type had said and asked him whether he could just drive him back to their home. Fiat was interrupted when Type stopped him by saying that he wouldn't come with him, but Fiat was still persistent and asked Type whether the latter was free tomorrow. Type said no and said to him that he has a boyfriend already. Fiat was speechless when he heard that and Type added that Fiat should just move on from him and find anyone else. Type already knew the objectives of Fiat why he was doing those things to him. He knew that the kid was trying to hit on him. If Fiat only had done it for the sake of being worried for him as a friend, then there would be no problem on that. But since he's going beyond the line, Type must tell him what he had done in the first place. Type said his apologies to the person in front of him who remained speechless after what he had said to him. After a while, Type thought that he made it clear to the kid that they were impossible, but the moment he got out from their office, he saw Fiat sitting and waiting for him. Type went and said to the kid that he thought he made it clear to him already. Fiat couldn't say what he wanted and stuttered, but in the end, he asked him whether he could be just a younger brother to him. When Type saw the look of Fiat, he felt sorry for the kid. He recalled his younger friends before when he was still in their university and he saw them on Fiat. Because of that, he asked the kid whether they could talk bluntly. He did that because he didn't want to have a problem when Tharn returned. Type commanded the kid to talk on Fiat's car. He also said to him that he should give him a lift to the nearest grocery store to buy for some ingredients. The kid agreed on what Type said to him and they went to the parking lot. Type was thinking of the things he needed to say in order for Fiat to accept the truth without hurting him. But when they were about to reach the car, Fiat suddenly dropped on his knees and shouted because of pain. Type heard that and immediately went to assist him. Type asked Fiat on where he felt the pain in his legs, but before Type could finish his statement, Fiat suddenly kissed him. Type was so shocked and so furious on what Fiat did to him. The kid was just pretending that he was in pain so he could do it on Type. The angry man clenched his fist and was about to attack the young man, but someone grasped his arm and asked what was happening. When Type looked at the person who said that, it was his husband. It was Tharn. Type was surprised to see the man who said that he would return late from his work. Tharn was so angry because of what he saw. It was noticeable and obvious on his look. Type asked the angry person why he was there. It was already too late when he realized what he said to Tharn instead of explaining to him what really happened. Because of that, Tharn became even more furious. Tharn shouted at him that he won't know the things that Type did secretly if he had not saw it with his own eyes. Type was still calm at that moment even though he is a hot-tempered man. Although he was still calm, he couldn't afford that his husband was accusing him of being unfaithful on their relationship. A fire was starting to grow on his chest and said to Tharn that he didn't do anything wrong. Tharn asked Type what he saw a moment earlier. Tharn repeatedly said to Type that he saw the two kissing. Tharn also added and reminded Type what he said to him before that Type did not want to do those kind of things in public, but because it was not Tharn, that's why Type could do it. Type cursed Tharn because of everything he said. Type pushed back Tharn with all of his might, but the latter still had a piercing eyes for him. Tharn questioned Type whether what he was saying was all correct. Tharn said that Type was having a secret affair while he was away. Type couldn't resist himself and he punched the face of Tharn. When Type punched him, he became silent, but Type's anger did not diminish a bit. Instead, he became even more furious. Type was so mad because he didn't have any interest for anyone since they started dating, but Tharn accused him of having an affair with someone. Tharn looked at him and smiled conceitedly. Tharn said to him that he was worried because he was sick, but looking at Type now, he looked like he was fine and nothing happened at all. He even saw him kissing someone else. Type defended himself saying that he did not do anything wrong. But Tharn did not buy it and said that what he was saying was different from what he saw. Type wanted to hold Tharn's neck and made him realize that he needed to stop acting like stupid. But Tharn asked him whether Type was always having an affair whenever he was far away. Type cursed him and asked Tharn back on whether the latter does not have a trust on him. Type's eyes were swollen and was about to cry, but the tears couldn't come out. At the back of Type's mind, he stated that Tharn didn't believe his love for him after all. Type wouldn't do everything for Tharn if he did not love him very much. The two were about to clash again if it's not because of the security guard of the hospital asking what was happening on them. The security guard recognized Type as an employee of the said hospital and said that he should not make a scene on that place. When Type realized that he was still wearing his uniform, he just said to Tharn that they must talk again on their apartment. Tharn didn't respond to it and Fiat was just there left speechless. Tharn just sat on the floor while he was holding his head. The only thing that he could see from his mind was his husband kissing another man, and he felt so much pain in his heart. He didn't know that this surprise would make him devastated. If you did not know, this part from the novel was actually only from the middle, meaning there are other scenes that should happen if they would follow the novel. But since we are only getting 3 episodes left and a special episode a month after the finale, I'm not sure if that would be the case in the series. I'll be doing a part 2 for the episode 10 spoilers since there are other scenes that should be included, but this video will be so much long if I do that. Thank you for watching. That's it and see you on the next one.